Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're launching into the incredible world of space exploration.
Yeah, a field that's always pushing boundaries.
Absolutely. And you've given us a fantastic set of sources, news, history, the works.
Right.
So our mission really is to pull out the most important nuggets for you.
Basically, yeah. Give you that shortcut to being really informed. We want to dig into, the surprising facts, the context,
Not just what's happening now.
but why it matters, and crucially, how we even got here.
And we've got some amazing details lined up. Things like how wastewater on the ISS literally becomes coffee.
Mm. Sounds appetizing.
Or, former astronaut now running for office
Mm.
decades later.
That's interesting.
And maybe the most mind-bending, AI potentially piloting spacecraft. Let's unpack all this.
Okay. Where do you want to start?
Let's kick things off with the current frontier, the headlines from, say, July 2025.
Right. The ISS is always busy.
Totally. And daily life up there. It's just fascinating. I saw this report about, keeping wastewater flowing into tomorrow's coffee.
Uh-huh. The ultimate recycling.
It's not just a phrase.
Yeah.
And astronauts sent home a July 4th message recently.
Oh, yeah. Keeping spirits up.
And one even snapped a picture of a giant sprite above a thunderstorm. Those huge electrical flashes.
Wow. Yeah. Seeing those from orbit must be something else.
You really must.
And that wastewater thing, it sounds mundane, but it's actually fundamental, isn't it?
How so?
Well, for long trips, for Mars, for bases, you have to recycle everything. Resource independence is key.
Right. It's not just about Earth anymore.
Exactly. And it's not just NASA or Roscosmos. Private missions are really stepping up.
Oh, yeah, like the SpaceX Axiom 4.
Uh-huh. They were just up there. Doing science, sure, but also...
Taking in the views and eating pierogies. I saw that.
Pierogi, space chocolate, mango nectar.
That's bringing home comfort to a whole new level, isn't it?
It really is. Sort of blends the high-tech with the very human.
And SpaceX also launched that Transporter 14 mission.
Right, with the DNA capsules and human remains.
Yeah. Over 150 of them. I mean, that opens up a whole different conversation about legacy, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And it kind of links to how people involved in space are changing roles, too.
You mean astronauts moving into other fields?
Yeah, like Terry Virts, former NASA astronaut. He's running for a Senate seat in Texas now.
Really? What's his motivation?
Well, he said something like, I've been given a lot. Things have gotten so bad. It was time for me to serve again.
That's quite a statement. A sense of duty.
It seems so. And then there's NASA's new interim chief, Sean Duffy.
Yes. His background is, it's not typical NASA leadership, is it?
Not at all. Champion lumberjack, reality TV star, former cabinet secretary.
It's quite the resume. Where do you think that signals?
Well, maybe it shows that leading NASA now needs, a broader skill set. Public engagement, political savvy.
Not just engineering or science jobs.
Perhaps. It's definitely a dynamic shift. And culturally, space is still huge.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like Sally Ride stuff,
Yeah.
selling for big money.
Yeah, $145,000 for some memorabilia. And Nat Geo just put out that Sally documentary.
Right. First American woman in space.
Mhm.
Her legacy is massive.
And there was that story about the son of an aerospace machinist.
Oh, the guy who designed Hollywood astronaut costumes.
That's the one. It just shows how deep space runs in our culture, Imagination, history.
It really does. And looking forward, things aren't slowing down. Crew 11 is targeting July 31st.
Yep, NASA and SpaceX. And an Indian astronaut is set for their first ISS visit soon, too.
So more international cooperation.
Definitely seems that way. More players involved.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Cutting-edge tech and launches. This is where it gets really interesting, I think.
I'd like the AI pilot idea.
Exactly. Finding that ChatGPT could, quote, pilot a spacecraft unexpectedly well.
Uh-huh. Early tests, but still.
It's kind of mind-bending, isn't it? AI actually flying the thing.
It really is. It makes you rethink mission autonomy, risk. Maybe enabling missions humans just couldn't do.
Right. Faster, maybe further out.
Could be. But it also brings up questions about, the human role, ethics of AI control.
Sure. Big questions. And on the more traditional hardware side, that SLS booster photo.
Oh, yeah. Spewing fire. A good reminder of the raw power involved.
Definitely. And speaking of power, Canada's getting in the game too.
Seems like it. Nordspace and Protospace want to launch the country's first mission. Shows that growing global ambition.
Everyone wants their own piece of the space pie, huh?
Sort of. But launches aren't without problems. There are real challenges.
Like the environmental stuff. I saw the Air Force cancel Starship pads on that bird sanctuary.
Right. And Mexico threatening lawsuits over Starship debris contamination.
Yeah, that explosion fallout. And wasn't there an issue with an Artemis booster test?
A nozzle actually blew off during a test firing.
Wow. That's not good.
No, it just shows the incredible stress these things are under. Heat, pressure. One failure point can delay everything.
Pushing the limits of engineering still.
Absolutely. And those concerns, environment, safety, they extend way beyond the launch pad. Look at the satellite situation.
Okay, what's happening there?
Well, geopolitically, the U.S. Space Force is running huge orbital warfare training exercises.
Orbital warfare. That sounds serious.
It signals that space is seen as, well, a potential battlefield. Strategically vital.
That's a bit sobering. And environmentally.
It's getting crowded and messy. Methanosate, that climate satellite backed by Bezos and Google, it failed after just a year.
Oh, wow. That's a blow, especially for climate tracking.
Big blow. And satellites are breaking up more often. Insurance doesn't always cover it.
Creating more debris.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, we're finding out they pollute the atmosphere with heavy metals when they burn up on re-entry.
Seriously? I hadn't heard that part.
Yeah, it's a newer concern, adds another layer to the orbital environment problem.
So what are we doing about it? Any solutions?
People are working on it. Refueling satellites in orbit is one idea to make them last longer, less junk.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm working.
And to tackle light pollution from constellations like Starlink, they're testing things like coating satellites in Vantablack.
That's super black paint to make them less reflective.
Right. Try and help astronomers out. But even with that, mysteries pop up.
Like what?
Like those two Chinese spacecraft meeting up way out at 22,000 miles. What were they doing?
Raises questions.
And another satellite was seen spying on both the ISS and China's Tiangong station.
Okay, that's definitely a bit unsettling. Surveillance capabilities up there.
Yeah. Which, brings us kind of naturally to other big question. Are we alone? The search for life.
Oh, the big one. K2-18b, that exoplanet. Still debating possible life signs there.
Still debating. Seems like the initial hints were maybe less significant than hoax. Doubts arising.
So the scientific process at work. Skepticism.
Exactly. Extraordinary claims need extraordinary evidence, right?
Right. But we're learning things from Earth, too, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely. Desert lichen showing life could maybe survive harsh stellar radiation.
So alien life might be tougher than we think.
Could be. And that weird bacteria that aligns with magnetic fields and needs friends just shows how strange life can be.
Life finds a way, I guess. Even in NASA's clean rooms. Didn't they find new microbes there?
Yep, 26 new species. In supposedly sterile environments? Talk about finding life where you least expect it.
Makes you wonder what's really out there if we can't even keep our own lab sterile.
Huh. Good point. And scientists are thinking outside the box, too.
Like the dolphin language idea. Trying to see if decoding animal communication helps with ET.
Yeah, it's unconventional, but it shows we're exploring every angle,
Definitely broadens the search.
Yeah.
And then you have the fringe stuff, like the Black Knight satellite.
Yes, the 120-year-old conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
It does show how space just captures the imagination, doesn't it? Fuels science and these wild stories.
It really does, that fascination. It's always been there.
Which is a good transition, actually. To understand today, we really need to look back at the beginning.
The Genesis story. Cold War,
Yeah.
Sputnik.
Exactly. October 4th, 1957, the USSR launches Sputnik 1, just a little metal sphere beeping.
But that beep was heard around the world, right?
Like, yeah.
And it terrified the U.S.
Totally. Caught them completely off guard. It wasn't just about space. It was Cold War fear, national security, technological panic. It lit the fuse for the space race.
And the tech itself, the rockets, they had roots even earlier.
Oh, yeah. Germany's V-2 rocket in World War II, that really showed the dual nature, military weapon, but also the key to reaching space.
And the Soviets, they just ran with it early on, didn't they? So many firsts.
They really did under Sergei Korolev, their chief designer, though he was kept secret mostly.
Right, so after Sputnik 1,
Sputnik 2 with Laika the dog, first living creature in orbit. Then Yuri Gagarin, April 12th, 1961, first human.
that absolute
Monumental. Then Luna 2 hit the moon, first human object there. And Valentina Tereshkova, first woman in space. They were racking them up.
And the U.S. was scrambling.
Playing catch-up, big time. They had some failures, then launched Explorer 1 in '58.
What did Explorer 1 do?
It actually made a huge discovery, the Van Allen radiation belts around Earth. So, important science.
Okay. And Alan Shepard was the first American.
First American in space, yeah, but just a suborbital hop, quick up and down, still a milestone, but Gagarin had orbited.
Since the pressure was still on.
Immense pressure, which led to Kennedy's big speech, right?
The Moonshot Challenge. May 1961. Land a man on the moon before the decade's out.
That single, incredibly ambitious goal changed everything. It fueled Project Gemini, then Apollo.
And ultimately, Apollo 11. Armstrong walking on the moon in 69.
Yeah, an unbelievable achievement, but the stories behind it are complex.
You mentioned Korolev being secret.
Yeah, and compare him to Wernher von Braun in the U.S. Korolev was a victim of Stalin's purges, his genius hidden. Braun.
He was very public, the face of the U.S. rocket program,
Yeah.
Disney specials, the whole thing.
Exactly. But, his past as an SS officer using slave labor for the V-2s, it's a deeply complicated legacy.
That is a stark contrast, and often overlooked, maybe.
Sometimes, yeah. And it wasn't just the famous names. We have to remember the unsung heroes.
Especially at NASA back then. Predominantly white men in charge.
Right. But the contributions of women, of people from different ethnic backgrounds, they were crucial.
Like Katherine Johnson, the mathematician.
Her Josephine Ju. Engineers like Miguel Hernandez, Walter Applewhite, their work behind the scenes was absolutely vital. The missions wouldn't have flown without them.
It's so important to remember those contributions. What an incredible story. From those beginnings to where we are now.
It really is.
So we've covered a lot today, from coffee made from wastewater on the ISS.
Right up to the complexities of Cold War legacies.
It's been quite the journey. We really hope this deep dive helps you feel, properly informed about where space exploration stands.
And maybe leaves you with something to think about, like as we keep pushing outwards into space, what are our responsibilities?
Responsibilities. In what sense?
To the places we go, the technologies we create, and, to the future generations who are going to inherit this whole cosmic quest, what kind of foundation are we laying?
That's a really powerful thought to end on. Something for all of us to consider.
Definitely.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We really encourage you to keep exploring, keep asking questions about the wonders of space.
Keep looking